What happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas, but as the recession hits, is Sin City now taking its biggest gamble ever? Plus, you only live twice. When you die, do you come back as someone or something else? A quarter of Americans believe reincarnation exists, but is there any evidence? We go in search of answers in the first part of our new series, Beyond Belief. And Redemption Song, a new album, a #1 single, and a national concert tour. Britney's back, but was the pop star really ever gone?
From the global resources of ABC News with Terry Moran, Martin Bashir, and Cynthia McFadden in New York City, this is Nightline, December 2nd, 2008.
Good evening, I'm Cynthia McFadden. We begin tonight with a very particular slice of the economy. While there's no doubt that the recession is having an effect from coast to coast, there are some places that are getting hit harder than others. Consider Las Vegas, a city that rose from the desert sands of Nevada to become an international crossroads for entertainment, glitz, and of course gambling. But to play, you have to pay. And as more and more Americans have less and less to spend, my co-anchor Martin Bashir reports luck is running thin in Sin City.
To the naked eye, Las Vegas seems like it ever was, a shimmering metropolis in the Nevada desert. But even in the fantasy capital of the world, economic reality is gusting through.
I'm not going to accept the doom and gloom. That's not part of my nature.
For 10 years, legendary Las Vegas Mayor Oscar Goodman has seen nothing but growth. The population doubled to almost 2 million. Casinos raked in huge profits. Hotels hosted more conventions than anywhere in the world. And then, during the summer,
I was sitting down having lunch with a casino executive, and he's telling me that he had a loan for $250 million, which was going to be authorized that day to make a small improvement to the casino property. And he said, "Excuse me for a second," and left and went to answer the phone. He came back. He was absolutely ashen. I said, "What happened?" I thought maybe it was a personal problem. He said, "They're not lending us the money. The credit market's dried up overnight."
Now the entire city seems to be in recession. What are the reductions in things like hotel occupancy?
Down about 10%.
What about foreclosures for this area?
Tough. Foreclosures are very, very tough.
Convention attendance is also down, 22%
What is
in
this?
August.
Is this a bright, cheery story that you're doing?
I'm trying to get the facts.
Well, so did Jack Webb.
So we decided to go on a fact-finding tour of Las Vegas. Beneath the neon lights, there are signs of decline at almost every famous venue. Ticket sales, gambling receipts and hotel occupancy are all going down, and even the biggest casinos are struggling. The company that owns Harrah's has laid off 2,000 people since January, and the Sands stock price has dropped over 95% in the last year. George Maloof made his name by attracting A-list celebrities to the hip hotel casino, The Palms. But even here, the good times couldn't last forever.
We've been so used to growth over the last really 15 years. And when it slows down, you know, it puts people in a different type of mood.
What do you mean?
Well, I think people are anxious. I think the whole country's anxious.
But we also wanted to see how the small gambling moguls off the strip were holding up. So we took a trip north to the Speedway Casino.
Come on, 9. Come on, 9. 9.
Until recently, owning even a small casino seemed like a license to print money. But times have changed.
The guy that came in the joint with 50 bucks in his pocket 6 months ago, maybe now is 20 bucks. So they're still looking for a form of entertainment. They still want to, escape the day-to-day grind. They just simply don't have as much money to spend.
The drastic fall in spending hurts everyone, not just the owner, but cocktail waitresses like Sandra Harvey. How does what you earned in the past compare with what you're earning now?
I used to make way more money back then than I have done this year and even the previous year. Excuse me, behind you.
Oh, thank you.
So desperate times called for drastic action.
We've had to lower our prices, give more value, cheaper beer. We have a great steak and shrimp special for $3.99. We've sold 3,000 literally in 2 months, and I'd say 50% of those people had never been in the door before.
Throughout the last 10 years, every acre of the strip has been developed. The city centre, one of the largest construction projects in the world, began in the boom year of 2005. But costs have risen from $4 to $11 billion, and even this scheme needed bailout funds from Dubai. And this is as nothing when compared to the real estate market overall. We took a trip on the Las Vegas Foreclosure Express.
Now, let's talk a little bit about this property.
Twice a week, Barbara Zucker takes potential buyers on a tour of foreclosed properties.
So it has all of the amenities you could possibly want. It's in a guard-gated community. It has a pool.
Nevada has the highest number of foreclosed properties in the country.
It's free fall. It's free fall for everyone. It's for the lenders, the agents, the homeowners. None of us, there are no knowns anymore.
Houses like this, which sold for $385,000, are now owned by the bank and on the market for $211,000.
When you walk in the front door, if you go left, there's a full bed, a full bedroom and bathroom downstairs. I don't know if any of you noticed that.
How much worse do you think the market will get? Because there are some people in this area who don't believe we've reached the bottom.
No, we
yet.
have not.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not. It changes from day to day. It's fluid. It's like water just slipping through your hands.
Do you think we've still got another 12 months of decline?
Absolutely.
George Malouf is encountering his own problems with the property market. He's just completed a tower of condos, a tower he hopes to fill in January.
But it's not a great time, is it, to open a condominium tower when foreclosure rates are 7 times the national average, new home sales are down 21%, and house prices are down 30% compared with August last year?
Well, we've had a lot of closings. We've had a few, about 10% that haven't closed, that we took back their units, but we still have a small portion that are waiting to close.
Malouf is fighting hard to sell his existing product, the Palms Hotel. In an effort to beat fierce competition, he's introduced unique facilities to the most expensive rooms.
This is the pool.
And it looks out into the open air.
Great views of Las Vegas.
I'm assuming you don't really swim in this pool.
It's a little too small to swim in.
Well, what generally happens in a pool like this then?
You know, what happens in these pools stays in the pool. So I don't know. If you have a seat on that.
Should I try it out?
Yeah, this is kind of fun.
Very nice.
And we still haven't figured out why these beds spin around.
Oh, my word.
They do.
Look at that.
The spinning bed may be a humorous diversion, but Malouf admits the economic crisis is affecting his sleep.
When you're in the service business, you always worry that the next day no one's going to show up. I've never been a big sleeper as it is, so.
I'm a half a glass full guy, as they say, and I can tell you what's in the glass when I say that.
But, ever the optimist, Mayor Oscar Goodman believes the good times will soon return, once the city has paid for its sins.
When you look out, though, these are hard times, aren't they, for the Strip? Let's be honest, it's a tough time for Las Vegas.
It's a challenging time, but it's a good time because we can see how we protect ourselves against this in the future. We know we're going to be coming back. We have to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Martin Bashir reporting on a city built on dreams that's betting on its future. And when we come back, you believe you've had a previous life? Well, you're not alone.
ABC News